It's late in the day, but we've made it. Here we are in Birmingham. Are we in Birmingham?
Nearby?
I'm losing track of where we are. So we have reached Magic Tao, and it is Tao, not Teo. So this is our last stop for today. We've got 2 more shops tomorrow, but we're going to head inside and have a look around. We've actually already had a cup of coffee with Costas, which is very nice. So here's the inside of the shop. First shop so far with a sofa. Nice little demoing area over here. And we can see the stock. So once again, it's another one where they're obviously stratified between the products which are made by Magic Tao and then into DVDs and onto, I guess, smaller tricks and then decks of cards. This is where the podcasts are filmed. What do you call the Magic Tao podcast? There's a name for it, isn't there?
Weekly magazine.
The weekly magazine for Magic Tao. It's filmed right here in the shop. Everything in here is orange and green. That is the colour scheme, and they really have gone all the way for it. Even in the back here, I mean, if you come around here, even the back area, all the shelving units and things, the little pots on the walls, everything is the...
Even the jumpers.
Even the jumpers that people wear. Absolutely everything.
So this is the back room, isn't it? Not the shop.
This is the thing, is the shop seems to lead straight through into it. So do you normally have like a barrier there to stop people seeing in here?
No, it was done intentionally for it to be open plan.
Cool.
Because the last thing I wanted to do is when we're working on something is to be distracted from customers.
Yes, makes sense.
They could always come here while we're still working.
I gotta say, when we drove up, the first thing that I thought, I saw like this gap back here and I saw the shelving unit, I thought, oh wow, this is the first shop we visited that is large enough to have a freestanding shelf in the middle that you can walk around like in a bookshop. But alas, not yet. How long have you been running Magic Tao?
Magic Tao started in 2010.
Right.
2010. But it's only been the past 2.5 years it's sort of developed to what it is now.
Yeah.
Concentrating on producing products. And it's Magic Tao.
It's Tao. It's not Tao. Stop the presses. It's not Tao. It's Tao. Okay, now we know.
That's Tao with a T then.
Tao with a T, which is doubt.
It could end up into an argument, couldn't it?
It's
Well,
your
now it's
shop.
your
You
shop.
can pronounce it any way you want. If it's Magic Tao, it's Magic Tao, and you heard it here first.
Do you want to know a secret?
What? Go on.
I answer the phone with Magic Tao.
You don't. No, you've given in to the populist masses.
No, it's pronounced Magic Tao, but sometimes you can get used to saying Tao. Even though
people say it back to you all the time.
Yeah, they've embedded it into my subconscious mind.
It's a very philosophical kind of thing, isn't it? The whole yin yang and all that.
Yeah, that was the intention. It was all about trying to create a brand that wasn't just magic orientated.
Yeah.
So bring some of my, I guess, beliefs into.
Yeah. Well, I like that, the slogan on the front, the source of your ability. I like that. It's very cool.
It is magic-y to a certain, but it also goes with the
Yeah.
bell. Okay, I've got a pack of cards here.
Yep.
They're all different.
They are.
It's a blue pack of cards. I'm going to place them on the table. Now, usually when a magician asks you to choose a card, there might be a force somewhere, it might be getting you to choose a particular card. But we're not going to do that kind of trick. I'm going to place the cards here on the table. From this moment, I'm not going to touch them.
Right.
So you're going to do the magic. What I would like you to do is cut the cards in approximately 2 equal piles. Doesn't need to be exactly. Yeah, that's fine. 2 equal. Is that good?
Oh, sorry, 2 equals. Sorry, I thought you meant 2 cuts.
That's fine.
My mind is everywhere.
See, sometimes we do this to magicians, they go all over the place. But it's fine. Got a question for you. If you were in a gambling scenario and someone gave you the option of the King of Diamonds or the Eight of Spades, which card would you go for?
I would probably go for the King of Diamonds because it's a higher card.
That's a good answer. I like asking questions in Magic because it's always bizarre what responses you get. A lot of people would have gone for the 8 of spades, but
Okay.
shouldn't you have chosen that card because that would have won? But anyway, what I want you to do in a second, I'm going to ask you to start dealing the cards on the table, one by one on the table like this.
Okay.
And I want you to do it very slowly.
Right.
Because I don't want you to do the magic, I want your subconscious mind to do the magic. So start dealing the cards. And I want you to stop whenever you feel attracted to a particular card. Slow down even more. And stop whenever you feel that the card is for you.
Oh.
The 7 of diamonds.
7 of diamonds.
Or you can go for the 9 of hearts.
I'm going to stick with the 7 of diamonds.
Let's put that to the side for the time being. There's no duplicate 7 of diamonds here.
Nope.
Yeah, okay. And there's no duplicate 7 of diamonds here. And you could have chosen any one of these cards.
Yep.
7 of hearts. Okay. And there's no duplicate 7 of diamonds in this pile here.
Yep.
So you could have chosen any card you wanted.
Yep.
But you chose a 7 of diamonds.
I chose the 7 of diamonds.
Any particular reason?
I guess it was the first red card that came up after a stream of blacks. Well, apart from the ace of diamonds, which I thought looked like a force card, so I skipped it.
Well, turn it round and find out why, because that one there is actually your card.
That is mental.
And that's gobsmacked.
Gobsmacked. I am gobsmacked.
That is the first trick I ever released in 2003. Wow. There's loads of magic behind here. In fact, something we're demonstrating a lot lately, Mr. Peter Nardi, is screen test.
Screen test.
That's cool.
This is the interesting thing, is that there are lots of magic shops, which presumably you're all in competition. Because, every single magic shop now is online as well as an actual physical store.
Yeah, you would think we are. But when you produce your own products, you sort of concentrate the bulk of your livelihood comes from your own products.
Even if they're being sold by other people.
Well, that's it. It's like, I know one particular dealer who sells more of my own products than I do retail myself. Because everyone's got their own customer base. And no magic dealer has got the customer base of every magician out there.
True.
So effectively, other dealers selling your product is a good thing because they can reach customers that one wouldn't buy from you or don't know you actually exist.
Yeah.
Like if Peter Nardi stocks one of my products and they demonstrate it on their blog or whatever, you guarantee their sales will be quite high, even though I've been selling it probably for at least 2 weeks by myself prior.
Because there are people that are watching their blog but not watching yours.
Exactly. And also, you sort of compete on the retail aspect.
Yeah.
But then again, if someone buys one of your exclusive products, they might add something of the retail side as well. So yeah, it's interesting.
Have you ever been tempted to sort of make more things that you do exclusive when something's a big hit? Like, I know that Collision, Ravi's one, was quite a big hit. Was there any temptation to sort of to tell other dealers that they couldn't have that? Or...
No.
No?
Unless I'm a penguin. or an illusionist or Theory 11, then it's not financially feasible. Because how many products are you going to sell yourself?
True.
Hence why it has to go into wholesale to cover your money. Your retail is sort of the cream. Yeah. The wholesale sort of covers the production of the product. Because loads of people think that we produce a product, it goes into wholesale, and we make a fortune.
Yeah.
I wish it was the case.
That's another thing that we've been asking at these shops is, roughly what percentage of the kind of stock is on display and how much of it is at the back?
Yeah,
stored.
Well, there's a lot on the back. I've got an overflow rack behind here.
Yeah.
With loads of duplicates and stuff.
But it's all more of the same stuff. You don't have anything in the back that's not out the front.
There is some stuff at the back that's not at the front. It's just a lot of stuff, they're not in demand anymore.
Do you find it cyclical and things come back as you get the next generation come through?
Only when we do our show.
Yeah.
When we talk about an old product, you see a surge of a demand for it because people forget about it and some people don't know it exists. But apart from that, I don't really see that. You've got the stable things that continuously sell. For example, loops.
Yeah.
A perfect example. It's a constant seller. And it probably
because
will
people
be.
keep breaking them.
And even new magicians, they always ask for loops for some bizarre. It's one of those things that continuously is in demand by new people and old. But as for other older products, unless someone really does a video blog or something of an old product, then you'll see a surge. But apart from that, no, it's always for the new product. That's the thing. People always want. They don't care about something that's been out for 6 months and that might actually be good and practical. They want the latest.
They want the latest whiz bang. That does seem to happen. That there's always a big hype cycle where I won't mention any products in particular, but you have like a big thing where this new product coming out, it's going to be amazing, and then it comes out and the reviews are all like, but there's still those people that still got to have it. It's very interesting.
Well, magic has changed a lot, especially since I've been selling magic since 2003, and things have changed so much since then.
Yeah.
Now it's all about that trailer.
Yes.
It's all about that trailer. Before, and I'll bring Mark Mason from JB Magic as a typical example. His trailer was behind his shop counter, demonstrating to one of his staff.
Yeah.
And that was fine. That was great. You saw it. You
see the trick. You know what you get.
You know what you're getting. You either can see that it's for you, you buy it, or you don't. But nowadays, it has to be really spectacular. And the new generation of magicians see those trailers and they judge their purchase based on how visual the trailer is.
It's almost like a movie trailer, isn't it? With the letters and the...
Yeah, and it goes back to what you just said, is that there's no logic behind... The logic behind the purchase is the visual trailer rather than the product itself. That's why people rave about a trailer that they've seen about a product, and then when they get it, they get deflated.
Yeah.
Because it's all about hype in the trailer. Yeah. And unfortunately, as dealers, we sort of have to move in that direction if it's the right thing or not.
Yeah.
Personally, I don't agree with it.
No, me neither.
I don't agree with it. However, when you're in business, what do you do?
Yeah.
So you try to be as honest as possible in the trailer, but at the same time you do jazz it up slightly.
Yeah.
Not misleading people.
Bit of music.
But you're showing it in the best performance scenario.
You want to go out on the street. You want the best reactions.
Yeah.
You're going to choose the best reactions and all that kind of stuff, just to make people think that I need to buy this. And this is what a lot of people don't take into consideration, and they get really disgruntled when they don't see a full performance. The camera catches everything.
Yes.
When you perform with someone in the real world, they miss a lot of the misdirection. But with the footage, someone can play it back as many times as they want.
Yeah.
And we don't want to release a product and give it to you for nothing, just because you're able to reverse engineer everything.
Well, exactly, yeah.
And that's why you see a lot of stuff cut out.
There is a fine line, though, isn't there, between...
Must take some very careful editing.
What that fine line is, sometimes I got no idea what
I know.
it is. Because no matter what we do, we give too much of the performance. People say you should not give them too much because it's obvious.
Yeah.
We give too little. We get criticised for not giving too much. And where is that line?
I think you can probably, with almost every cut of the performance, you'll get people on both sides. Yeah. Some saying you showed too much, some saying you showed too little.
I reckon in 20 years' time, we'll be talking about the same discussion, and I'll still be saying, I've got no idea what direction to take the trailers.
So you say that, your focus really is on publishing original effects.
Yeah.
Say that there's someone watching this who has a killer magic trick that they've invented. How would they publish through you?
Well, the best thing to do is first contact either at admin@magictao.co.uk or sales@magictao.co.uk and send us a performance and hopefully an explanation as well. Mm-hmm. Even though we have a lot of releases, as you've seen on the board,
I saw your roadmap.
We do reject a lot of products because we have to make sure that they are original. My best releases have always been the visual stuff. We've got the Travelling Deck 2.0, fantastic setup. We've got Flash by Chris Ware, which was a build change, a visual thing. Yeah. People might think they might not be practical, but people sell them and don't complain about them. You know, buy them and don't complain about them. But I always like something different. As I was explaining that Sin product I filmed last week, I'm always after a challenge. Something that every dealer would say no to. I'll be happy to bring it out because, you know, I've released a couple of products that some dealers said no to, and they've been huge successes. I love my toys. I love my machinery.
Yes.
You know, I don't know that many people that actually own a fly press. It's like 80 years old.
Yeah.
And it works, and it's a genius piece of kit to actually use in Magic Productions. What I use it for and how it's used
You
will
can't
not be
tell us.
on camera. So
you
each
can't have something with like a bit of kit in there that does it.
I need to give someone a gimmick, and you can see a prototype there.
Okay.
I've gone through about 60 prototypes for a particular gimmick. It's actually the next release, and I've just managed to figure out how it's going to be done.
Wow.
It's been a nightmare, but I don't like giving someone something without them getting something to play with straight away. You know, at the end of the day, we sell Magic to hobbyists, and that's the market that we try to aim.
I think hobbyists is probably the biggest market out there because professionals, as a rule, tend to they learn their 10 or so effects, and that's their whole career.
Yeah,
hobbyists,
there's a couple of companies that specialise on tricks more for the more, you know, they cross two boundaries, the hobbyist and the professional magician. Alakazam, for example, they create standalone DVDs that professionals, you know, would use, and also the hobbyists. I'm not I can't follow that route. To me, it's all about the gimmick, and it's all about something to play with.
Yeah.
All the effects that Magic dealers don't want to touch and deal with because they actually have to make something, I end up with. And I end up spending hours here trying to work something out. As you can see, this place was structured around being able to produce and make gimmicks.
Awesome.
In our next episode, we'll be taking a break from the norm and visiting a shop which one enterprising magician set up in his own home.
It's another interview-heavy episode.
I like the interview-heavy episodes. They cover the inner machinery of the magic industry.
Like Costas' fly press.
Exactly. Until then, I'm Amazing Stace.
And I'm Rebecca.
Remember to like and subscribe, and we'll see you next time.